My name is Oshifesolu Larry. I'm a mechanic. Welcome to Exxon F1, also known as from Lawon, Colum, Africa. Austrian GP started with Max Verstappen getting a good getaway. He had a good start from the line, covering up Charles Leclerc in second, and Charles Leclerc was able to cover his teammate, who seems faster than him. Lewis Hamilton was able to cover Lando Norris into the first turning, and some little shenanigans behind the Japanese driver of AlphaTauri. Tsunoda lost his front wing in the little shenanigans behind. He had to go back and change his front wing. That brought out a VSC, a virtual safety car. For about 2 or 3 laps, the race got going. On lap 12, Nico Hulkenberg lost his engine and is braking after changing to hard tires. He was the first driver to go into the pit to change his tires because they asked him as still suffering tire overheating. They only changed his tire. He had to go into a safety pack because the brakes were overheating and the engine was overheating. They had a DNF. As the race proceeded, Lando Norris tried everything he could to overtake Lewis Hamilton. Eventually, as the race proceeded, another virtual safety car was called out because of Nico Hulkenberg's DNF. A lot of drivers quickly went to the pit, changed their medium tires to hard tires. Before the tires were changed, Lewis Hamilton started complaining that he could not turn the steering. When the team told him about the turn 10 incident, he's having issues with track limit at turn 10. He said he cannot turn the steering. They are too hard, which could be caused by the tires on the W14 upgrade. And why would this happen? If the tires are not working well, it will be difficult to turn the tires because they will be grinding very hard on the road surface, which means he could not get the right heat into the tires and he could not turn the tires well. His teammates also suffered the same fate. Let me say the car today for Mercedes was undrivable. The 2 teammates suffered. They were unable to get their rhythm all through the race today. But luckily for Russell, he was able to come from 12th on the grid, able to get some decent points in the race. But as the race proceeded, Max Verstappen was just getting his groove on, staying ahead of Charles Leclerc. He was untouchable in the race. Lando Norris was able to overtake Lewis Hamilton later in the race because the car was becoming very troublesome for Lewis to drive and he was just getting into the track limits. He was penalized 5 seconds for track limit. Changing his tire, he had to hold on 5 seconds before he can change his tires, which gave Fernando Alonso and some other drivers an advantage over him. Changing his tires, he was not the only one dished penalties because the FIA today were just dishing penalties as if they were serving rice with plenty of meat as penalties today to go into the pits because he will only lose 19 seconds into the pits, change his tire for soft tires to claim the 1 point for fastest lap in the race. The classification after the race was Max Verstappen first, Charles Leclerc second, Sergio Perez third, Carlos Sainz fourth, Lando Norris fifth, Alonso 6th, Lewis Hamilton 7th, Russell 8th, Gasly 9th, and Lance Stroll 10th. But the Aston Martin team were not happy with the way penalties were dished out because they believed there should be more penalties. So the Aston Martin team protested after the race that according to the article 33.3 of the sporting regulation, the number of cars that were penalized for breaching the race were not enough. On listening to their case, upheld their complaints, and it took another 1 hour for FIA to come out and dish out some set of new penalties because they said they had to review 1,200 reports in a 71 lap race. Abba, Kilo Day, 1,200 instances were reported of drivers going off the track, which means I believe all the drivers that ran today, the 20 of them would have offended and they deserve penalties. But unfortunately, 8 drivers were given penalties. As in, if you have 1,200 reports, should I say 1,200 instances reported, and you're having just 8 drivers to give penalties, it means something is wrong with the FIA. Even those that reported would have gotten penalties because there was a point in time that Sergio Perez's team had to be telling him to be careful. And we can see Sergio Perez, Lando Norris, even Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc going over the track. Well, they said they've looked into the report and these are now the drivers that were given penalties. All these drivers were given penalties during the race. Now they were handed another penalty. Esteban Ocon was given a 30 seconds penalty extra for his pains, so he can use that to suppress his fever. Nick De Vries was given 15-second penalty. Logan Sargent was given 10 seconds and his teammate Alex Albon was given 10 seconds. Pierre Gasly was given 10 seconds. Lewis Hamilton added another 10 seconds to his 5 seconds. Carlos Sainz added another 10 seconds to his 5 seconds, while Yuki Tsunoda added another 5 seconds to his 5 seconds. So all these were given 5 seconds during the race. Yuki Tsunoda was given a 10 seconds penalty during the race for not going through the 5-second penalty was given very well. Was added a 10-second penalty. Now it was added another 5-second penalty after the race. Wait, for Esteban Ocon that was given 30 seconds penalty, where will he end? When he has one lap to end the race, when the race ends. Oh Christ, this is just something else. I think FIA really need to look into what they are doing because it is already after the race. They've not given the penalties during the race. The track limit looks very, very, very uncomfortable for the drivers and it did not help the race today. And I think they need to look into that. That being said, the Austrian Grand Prix had been added another 7 years, so they'll be on the calendar till 2030. Who are the winners today? Aside from the person that won the race, which is Red Bull, and his colleague Sergio Perez came third. The main winners today are the Ferraris and the McLaren and also the Aston Martin. How and why? It shows that the upgrade on the Ferrari and the McLaren are working good and they are giving them the best times on the track because the upgrades are proving to be right on the track. As for the Aston Martin, they were able to have their time and get a good look up from the pains of Lewis Hamilton when he was given the 5-second penalty. So they were able to heal their own wound through the pain of Lewis Hamilton. So they also won today. It was a big win for them. Now, the Mercedes said they are bringing upgrades for Silverstone, which I think they really needed because today they really suffered. Lewis Hamilton complained, George Russell complained that the car was just undrivable. If you're a builder, if you're an art collector, if you have a showroom, Rated is the best place to get the artworks you need for your new buildings, for your art collections, for your showroom, for your exhibition. Rated Art have one of the best murals, mosaic works, and different art patterns in Nigeria presently. And it's somebody that you can communicate with, talks to you, you tell him what you want, and he will bring the reality out for you. To contact Rated Art, his number is right up here. And you can also go on social media links that are pasted right up here. So check out some of his works. Thank you. Now, let's look at, is the FIA right for dishing out penalty? Yes, but I think they overstepped the limit because penalties are too much. And also, what is happening between Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez? After yesterday's shenanigans during the sprint, we can see that there's a pace difference between their cars, Max Verstappen's car and Sergio Perez's car. Yes, Sergio Perez is driving for his life. He has made a lot of mistakes this season, but there is no way the difference in their car should be like 5/10 to 7/10 in qualifying and also in a race. So I think something needs to be looked at because Christian Horner was asked that question. He just brushed it off as if he was not asked. But I think something is wrong with that team. Max Verstappen is driving the race of his life. He's just enjoying himself, and the more he gains the confidence, the more he drives better. But I still feel something needs to give way. Something needs to be looked at because we can't sacrifice a teammate for another in this sport. Congratulations to Max Verstappen for winning the Austrian Grand Prix. Next, we move to Silverstone. Before Silverstone, we'll be having some videos to drop, an update on this Austrian Grand Prix and what to look out for in Silverstone. Right? Thank you for listening to us. Tune in for more. We love you. Cheers. We have a new friend in the house. We are in Nigeria here, West Africa. He provides internet for us. They provide the best internet around the mainland, and I know they are still moving to the highland and they are moving all around Nigeria. But for you to get internet on the mainland, contact Fibrad Telecom Limited. They get you sorted out ASAP. The best cable internet on the mainland, fiber, I think they get sorted out. We talk much about them in the course of some of our videos, but contact them, they get sorted out. We love you. My name is Ashfesa Damlari once again. Bye. Teams Gadget is for those of you that cannot easily go to the market to get your phones, your laptops, your accessories. Just place a call through. His phone number is there. It gets you the best. It's your shop plug to get you the best phones, accessories, laptops, games, and other accessories for your computer gaming experience. Contact Teams Gadget and you get them for you.